Dear Diary,
Oh god.
I was walking up the mountain all by myself and found some nice folks. Well, the word nice, and I couldn't understand them, and they tied me up to a pole. And then a few hours later, other folks came up, and there's there's a lot of them, and they're all differently sized, and they rescued me, and then they said that, whoa, you know what we should do? We should go kill the big boy bad guy. That's the leader of the guys that tied me up to a pole. And then I thought to myself, like, man, they must be like crazy or have a death wish or something. But because they ate all my food, and it seems like they have food with them, I decided to help them. So we went in the cave, and there were pretty crystals, and there was a lot of bloody murder. And we got to a boy, and he's like on top of a ledge, and there was like a lever mechanism, and he was like, yeah, and shot all these laser beams. Um, Archon couldn't, or not couldn't, it was more like he took his sweet time in killing the guy, so I had to like run up close to this other dude, and then, what did they say? Stole the kill or something? Yeah, I did that. And then we found this big door, and we tried to open it from afar, but it was super loud. And then this big 6-armed thing monster came up. Shh, shh. It's just between me and my diary. Leave me alone. and and he was like, I'm gonna try and kill most of you, and it was very scary that I can't really like put into the wording of the writing on this piece of paper. And then it died because I think Miss Kiori did the killing. And then we slept, and turns out these people are criminals, or framed to be criminals in a prison. There's a prison up here, and there's a dragon, and there's a bunch of stuff that I did not encounter. And then we traveled, went to Archon's house, and he was like shitting on the floor, and we went further out more, because apparently they had to kill the big boy dude because of the thing, because they owed some Goliaths for trespassing or something. And then I was like, oh look, I think I see it, and there's like smoke and shit. And then there was a lot of smoke, so I thought it was like a city of Goliaths, a secret city, but turns out no, the village was just on fire. And we got there, and I'm writing this as I'm investigating with Mr. Archon. Oh, and we met Yebin. Yebin's there, Mr. Yebin, and he was a scared little guy, and he gone through a lot. And so I'm like riding and walking and continuing, and I'm like, oh wait, and then I close my book. That's where we are.
Okay, as you guys aren't exactly walking, you're still technically in the village.
Yeah, we're in the village. I'm
as
next
you
to
guys look
Archon
over,
writing in my diary.
Yeah, you just look over to see Oatless writing in his diary by himself. The party all gathered and ready to move forward in any way, shape, or form they deem necessary. Yebin is still terrified, shaking, and kind of being calmed down by Tell. Shift to seem to have lost his kitty cat voice and doesn't seem to be got a giant hairball he just can't shift.
No.
As for the rest of you, you guys are doing your thing. After searching for items and gathering some gear, food, and equipment, it's fairly late in the day after your movement. It took you it's getting close to the late night evening. If you guys want to set up camp here, you may, or if you want to try to move out, you may as well. It is up to you guys.
Is Yebin
So-
still like trembling and hugging Telethon?
Oh yeah,
Yes, he is.
he's a goddamn wreck.
Hmm.
You literally just
Good
saw
one.
people get their faces a couple people get their faces melted off.
Fair.
I hum along as I write in my diary. I'm like, So I'm like,
Yeah, we should get as far away from that camp as possible.
oh, yeah. In case they come back.
Something comes
Right?
back.
Well, why would they come back?
I don't know. Like, maybe they think this is like the big baits to bring you guys.
There
Or to
could be
smoke you
patrols
out.
out there looking for, well, you guys.
Well, perhaps we should go back to the cave they found us in.
Is it around here?
There's a cave.
It's not too far.
It was like,
Yeah.
what, a couple hours away?
Yeah, it was. It's within distance. You'd be pushing late at night, but you would definitely be able to reach the cave before you guys would get a point of exhaustion.
I don't think we should go back over there. I don't think it's a good idea.
What's that?
It's just maybe that's where they came out of. Maybe that's where they went. I don't know. I just don't want to go near the place that we escaped from.
What do these
We're
guards
not
do?
going
They,
towards
like,
the
bark?
mines.
No, it's the little cave that we stayed in where Oyu and Yebin got taken.
Oh, yes, sorry. I mistook it for something else. Different caves, you know, they're quite the same, honestly. No formation of rocks, everything.
Hmm.
It'll be easier for us to stay safe in there, and it's a place we know. So we don't have to waste our time looking for somewhere else.
Okay. If you already have a place in mind, then
Sounds good to me.
lead the way. Yeah.
If you think that's best, Mr. Avalor, I guess that's what we should do then. Just give me a minute while I just grab some stuff. Kind of wanders over to where he was hiding out, and he kind of digs through, and he pulls out what looks to be like a small dagger he had there. I found this when when the group, just after the attack, one of the guards threw this, and oh god, it's kind of, I mean his eye, but he looks down at the dagger. You can look down at the dagger and you see there's kind of still dry blood on it. I mean, at least I can still use it, I guess.
He never picked it back up.
I think he didn't notice it when it fell, because, I mean, when the person he threw it at was running, he kind of, it hit his throat, and then it kind of fell into the logs, so I just
Oh,
think he lost track of it.
just like those humans.
I'm gonna take a look at that dagger real quick.
Are humans known to leave stuff behind? As I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like look up at.
Real wasteful.
I'm just
Oh.
staring at Archon.
Yebin hands you the dagger, Avalon. Or Avalor.
Does it look
Yeah.
weird? Does it look like a normal dagger?
It just looks like a plain old throwing dagger.
Does it stink of tracking magic? I say it as I don't have detect magic.
No, there's other spells that might help with that. You'd have to do some stuff for it.
You take a look at my bag of tricks. I have nothing in my bag of tricks.
You've got one trick. It's called Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
Hey, man.
Look.
Don't knock it. Or it'll knock you.
Whoa, who are you
Archon
speaking
kind of-
to?
Avalor, you
of-
just hear that voice in your head. You don't know what's going on.
Right. Archon just kind of like unsheaths a hand axe, kind of looks it over, it's sharp enough, flips it over, and kind of holds it out to Yevon. Take this.
I kind of wonder if that's like the size of him or not.
It is a
Hand axe?
typical.
It's a hand axe.
It is a typical human-sized hand axe. Yes.
For you, but it's a battle axe.
Are you sure? I mean,
Yeah. Just need it back. We want you properly armed, right?
oh,
Yes, you
okay.
can defend yourself, Mr. Yubbin.
So, now that you look over at this tiny little gnome who's now carrying a hand axe, a dagger, and a pickaxe on him, starting to become like a little mini gnomish Rambo.
Yeah, you got
I'm so
this.
proud.
I like smile at him and give him a
And,
thumbs up.
like, yeah, before he like takes the hand out, someone's just like staring at him, like glaring expectantly, like, take the damn thing.
I contrast Archon with my cheering.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
I take a deep breath and every now
Yevon,
and
leave
again
the dagger here.
Owl vision.
Are you sure?
I don't trust it.
Okay, he drops the dagger in the ground.
Is there any like symbols or like patterns on the dagger?
Roll me an investigation check, I guess.
Meanwhile, Archon just kind of looks to Kuri. Hey, you know any of that fancy detect
roll a-
magic stuff?
I get
sadly
18.
do
I roll a
not.
13 plus 5.
Hmm.
Roll 13.
I used the lot. Yep, I used
Oh,
the
you-
other potent.
Okay, use your portents. So 13 is what you rolled. What's your total then?
18.
Okay. So you look at that. You look over the dagger, specifically guiding through it and stuff, and you find that there is a small like stamp on the bottom, but it looks to be like the stamp of like, you know, made in China kind of thing.
Okay.
So you have a feeling it's
Made
a
in
factory-made dagger.
Okay. I shrug.
Actually, I kind of like reach into my pack and I start shuffling around and I pull out a dagger that I got from the Frogasha, and I kind of just like throw it at Yevon's feet. I got this elsewhere. Use it.
Oh, okay. And he picks up that dagger.
Kind of
Thank
seal
you.
up my pack again.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Archon.
Well, thank you, Mr. Argon. I appreciate it. It's probably a little more useful for me. As he kind of like picks up the hand axe, it's like almost like a battle axe in his tiny little frame.
Just want to make sure you don't end up a liability.
That's
Thank
isn't that a bit harsh, Mr. Archon?
He isn't paying any attention now, Leas. Probably didn't even hear him.
Nope. It looks like that you turn over and you see that Shift has finished expelling the hairball.
He's just gonna spectate for a hot like minute or two or something.
Yeah, I got like 10 minutes ish.
Oh, fair enough. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. God's the right color too. As you guys look about you to finish your thing, so you think we should start heading off to the cave now, or do we want to still look around for anything?
I mean,
I think we
how
tapped
far
this
away was
place
the
out.
cave? Yeah.
Couple hours.
Oh. Oh, it's getting pretty late. isn't it?
Yeah, let's get walking.
Okay. Lead the way, guys.
I'm gonna make Lou come back to my head and perch on top of my head so I can see in the dark and not bump into stuff as we're walking.
As you do so, Yevon just looks up and goes, where'd that bird come from?
The owl does the owl thing of like turning its head back at Yevon.
Don't worry about it. It's his pet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my
Yevon
familiar.
Yevon goes up to you, Talitha, and pulls on your shirt to make you lean down.
She leans down.
Do pets normally appear out of thin air?
Some do.
Going back on the last
Okay.
statement. Yeah, he's a familiar. It is. Oh, sorry.
You didn't hear that. He whispered that into Tal's
No, I
ear.
was going off of what
Oh.
off of what they said like
The
a second
first,
ago.
the
Before.
first
okay,
thing,
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're really curious, Kiori might know more about pets that appear out of thin air.
Enter Kiori.
It is a familiar. It is like a pet almost, but it is bounded by a wizard or someone who can cast a spell, find familiar, and you can either have it as a gift from a patron or of someone of the sort, or it can be a part of your soul, and it manifests into a celestial fae or fiend, and it stays with you, and it does as you command. It is also quite nice usually, and it reflects the user's soul.
It's
that's
the
that's
most
really
hardcore.
interesting, Miss Kiori. You're not planning on eating it, are you?
No, why would I do that?
No reason.
Okay.
I like how we just established Kiori as the person that will eat anything.
Anyone, more specifically. And yet everybody's afraid of Archon eating someone.
Hey, you have big teeth.
And big
They
eyes.
do.
They're bigger in Lou's vision.
Well, I
That kind
suppose
of
an
shit.
owl's eyes are a lot better than normal humans or halfling guys. I suppose that is why you can see it better.
Fascinating. He just starts walking.
Yes, but thank you.
I follow
owls
close
are
behind her.
predators.
Sorry, what was that? We didn't hear you.
I was just saying, don't forget that owls are predators as well, Dira.
Yeah. Yeah. That's their statements, not mine.
Yeah. Well, that's like your opinion, man.
I'll keep a lookout just in case like something happens and like there's like I don't know, just in case something like predators or like people, army people who want to murder us, you know.
I'll lead us back to the cave.
So can I keep an eye out or no?
Yep, you guys can roll for perceptions as you walk through the big, huge snow. As your perception opens up, you do. As you're gathering right through the snow and looking around, you do notice that there is a lot of very open areas and great areas of stuff. You do, when you lead the step, notice footsteps in the snow of the you can only assume are the troops that came out. You do notice that they are heading back towards the mines, and also with that good a perception, you will notice that the tracks, there are more tracks going back to the mines than there were coming in.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to say that. It seems like they took prisoners.
Well, Yebin did tell us that.
Yes, but they brought a lot more.
Speaking of which, there was something I was thinking about on the way back. Didn't make sense until now. What the Frogashah said. What was it? people will come and take the rest. How do you think they knew about that? Were they allied or just fucking watching them?
I'd say watching. I wouldn't be surprised if they have scouts around the mountain somewhere, especially near the Goliath encampment, since they are sworn
but-
rivals.
How the hell did they know about their plans then?
No idea.
Maybe
I
they
have a few
saw him
theories.
leaving the mines?
Maybe.
Or, I don't know. What's a Fragasha?
A nice fey little shit.
You really don't want to know.
Oh.
Oh, you probably
Okay.
find out though. I mean, I think we killed all of them, but I don't think you'll see them.
Oh,
They're quite interesting though.
really?
Wasn't
They
Yevon
bite.
there when we were doing
They
the
bite.
mission?
No, Yebin wasn't there.
Mm-mm.
No, Yevon had been remained behind the entire time as collateral to make sure you guys came back.
Pretty sure we only killed one tribe of them. I've met and killed a lot over my time here.
You're
That makes
saying
me
there
do
could be
it.
more?
Maybe.
No.
You might have scared them off, because usually if a whole entire tribe can be wiped out so easily, I suppose the rest are either gonna all bad up and try to murder us, or they were just gonna leave us alone. I hope for the
Okay.
latter.
I don't think any of us here are quite knowledgeable enough in Fragashaw culture to guess such a thing.
I'm only guessing by what normal animals would do, or by tribes of people who would either band together, or either just leave us alone because of what we did. It's quite simple, honestly.
I mean, that's assuming that other tribes would even find out what we did in the first place.
Well, if they don't
What
find
if-
out, then it's just gonna be the latter still. We're not gonna be attacked.
What if they used those crystal things as like a Morse code, but Fragasha code?
Do you really think they attacked us and used that Morse code bullshit at the same time?
I mean, they're not gonna be. They don't. The code never bothered them, so you know. Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think they are quite intelligent enough to do that kind of thing.
Oh,
They set a couple of ambushes. I think they're plenty intelligent.
I don't think they're that high intelligent for to make a Morse code of themselves and possibly able to communicate with other tribes. And if they did communicate with other tribes, they would have told the other tribes about us, and they would probably have been more prepared because they would have previously known that we'd all be coming over there.
I
Did you
mean,
say
they
they
were
destroyed your
intelligent
house?
enough to ambush and light Archon's house on fire.
yeah.
No, I am just saying that if they had a Morse code of some kind, they would have been able to contact the other tribes, which means that either that the tribes don't care, or that there are no other tribes, or they're
they're
not able to
just
have a communication.
What if the other tribes were just more than a couple hours away?
Exactly.
Or pen pals. I'm going.
Yeah, I
with
said
my
that
pen pal
too.
theory.
I was not finished yet.
In
I was
any
only
case,
naming the
though,
first two.
there might be more dangerous things out here than your Frogashar anyways.
Ah,
Oh, good.
They're both the ones that currently hate us the most right now.
Oh! And you say they bite and eat people, right?
Yeah, they bite.
I don't know if they eat people. I think they might. Going from tearing up throats and everything, but I suppose it can't be too bad, they said.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
leave this poor boy alone.
yeah, tearing up throats. Okay. Oh god.
Are
As you guys
okay,
are walking,
Mr.
you just see
Yevon?
Yevon kind of doing the self-hug back and forth for panic attack.
is he normally this fragile?
It's a bit more than usual, but yes.
Hilda's gonna reach down and pat his shoulder.
He did just
It's
witness
okay.
a whole village die or get captured. So
Yeah, Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that he's reacting like this just now by just being told something while witnessing himself. He didn't really react that much than I expected.
What? Doesn't like keep walking.
The scars of the mind take a toll on everybody. And they show in different ways.
Whoa, that's deep. I write it down.
Look
Yeah,
over at
that's kind
Otis.
of his thing.
The scars of the mind. Wait, what?
Way heavier on.
Don't
different
say it
people.
again. I want to see this.
Oh, what? Okay. I try and recall what he said.
I write it down for him.
Make an intelligence check.
Fine, I'll make an intelligence check. 7.
You don't remember shit. It's one of those
Okay,
fleeting like
scars-
a dream things.
I write it down for him.
Make an intelligence
Got
check.
some short-term memory up in here.
How do I not remember it? I literally
I was just
said
so
it.
distracted by how cool the delivery was that I forgot the words.
I literally just said it. How would I
Yeah,
forget
fair
about
enough. Yeah, so you write it down for him.
it? Yeah, I just said it. So like, how can I just instantly forget something? Plus, Curious is the kind to forget something that she just said seconds ago.
Yeah.
Short-term memory.
Apparently,
She doesn't
Wait.
Oatless
was
has
it?
a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it was so cool.
I think it fits. His wisdom
was the
isn't the
quote
best.
for me?
True.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
the quote?
I'll type it for you.
Thanks.
More one-liners. That's the collection.
Yeah.
You guys, anyways, you guys keep continuing forward with your eyes open, moving through the snow valley pales. Eventually, you do see the cave off in the distance. It looks to be unoccupied at the moment. Do
It's
you
a
enter?
cozy cave.
I just kind of turn around to watch our backs as the others approach.
I sent
Wait.
you in first.
Wait, before we do anything, can I just say that they took prisoners of the Goliath and they knew where our home was previously? Is this a good idea?
Wait, they knew where here was? Or the Goliath?
The
Goliaths
found
knew.
us.
I don't think it'd be a good idea. I think they'd tell.
Well,
Would they?
maybe?
I
They've
think
already
they would.
passed this area.
I mean, it'd be fine to stay here the night, right? At
I
least
don't
the
think
rest
we
of
can
the
stay
night.
here for too long.
Well, besides, even if they are in there, it's been a few days. I feel like killing something.
What?
Mr. Avalor, your new friend's rather, charming?
Poor Yevon.
So
Yeah,
you get like
yeah.
an itch to murder.
Well, yeah. You get a taste for it.
Oh.
First muscle
Everything's
wizard, now
okay,
Archon. Yevon can't
Yevon.
catch a break.
What about Kiori though? She also weirds him out.
She's
We'll
weird in a
never
different way.
Well, to Yevon's credit, now he won't have to cuddle with Archon. That much I can promise.
Oh god. Just wakes up dead as a popsicle.
Can I try to cover our tracks, kind of, to like make it look like we weren't in this general area?
I
Sure,
can
roll
just
me-
press to digitate.
Oh,
I can help with that.
yeah, if you press agitate, you can
I
get rid of the
don't.
tracks.
Also, want to make sure that the foliage
Or
looks
at least
fine,
the,
make it
at
look like
least
the
the
cave's
yeah.
been
I
abandoned.
mean, you can press agitate the footprints away, but yeah, anything like any broken branches, prestidigitation obviously won't fix. But
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll like make sure the foliage looks fine, make sure it looks like it's been abandoned and hasn't been lived in, or just
roll me
kind
a
of like.
survival check.
I'm going to use my Channel Divinity. Give myself proficiency
Okay.
with guidance.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna leave.
Okay, you do a
I know that
fantastically
Alright.
good
See ya,
job
man.
of getting
Have a good
hold.
one.
Bye.
See you, Camp.
I've been contributing a lot.
Bye.
I'll catch you guys
You can.
next week.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Kyo, you can roll that with advantage because I'll help you.
Are you proficient with survival as well?
Yes.
Okay, then. Well, I mean, I don't think it's. You know what? 25. You don't really
It's not necessary. I know.
necessary. Yeah.
What if it gets natty 20?
But was it going to change anything? You do a really good job of covering up the tracks and getting it. Pretty much, you have a perfectly set up system where you don't have to worry about it.
There, done.
Mr. Archon,
Hmm.
I notice that you don't wear armor while you fight.
Nah.
Is that on purpose, or do you want? And then it kind of like, do you want the starry magic armor that I gave Mr. Alivor me?
Armor just slows me down.
Oh,
You guys move into the cave anyways as that occurs, as you guys finish. Oops.
How high is the cave roof?
It's about 10 feet, 15.
Okay, so I'm not too hunched.
We're missing a Yevon.
Yes, give me a second.
Yevon's gone. Yevon's gone.
You
I
look
point
over and you
to-
see a rather full-looking Kiori when you don't see Yevon around.
Whoa.
Oh my god, no.
Huh?
I point to
You ate Yevon.
the like the chipped rock, and go, Yevon, your head did that.
He just breaks down as he sees his
no.
dry blood is still on that wall on top of it.
Oh,
Prestidigitated away.
Tell it that's just gonna glare over at Alivor.
looks like nobody's been here since then.
Boy, Alivor is the greatest PTSD psych warden person ever. Hey, you just survived this horrific death experience. By the way, there's your head mark after they tried to murder you.
I feel like that was supposed to be a compliment, but like,
Yeah. Like, look how strong your head is.
It was, but
He did not take it away. You thought it-
dude, Archon understands.
Tack, man, learn some tack.
No. Oh god.
So you guys circle down, get a fire lit up to keep yourselves warm for the night. Look at the dent. Look, Yevon, there's your dent. Jesus. As you guys gather around, anyways, in your fire by the fire, is anybody taking watches, or what are you guys doing for this night?
I'll take watch.
I'll take watch too. I'll go on the first one so I can draw the stars for today.
do either of you have night vision?
I have my owl.
Okay, fair.
Well, you don't need vision to hear someone's footsteps on hard stone.
I'll take the third watch.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Yevon's Dent sounds like a good name for this cave.
you look over, Yevon is just kind of sobbing as he's trying to fall asleep.
Oh,
No,
There's still
Man.
coming from town.
at this rate, you're causing more trauma to him than Archon ever could.
It's like, I mean, the guy just witnessed a village of women and children either being taken off to slavery or murdered in front of his eyes, and then their bodies burnt in their freaking
Yeah.
huts.
Look,
so.
I'm pretty sure what I am seeing here is probably the lightest hit. He's crying about what he witnessed, which is understandable, but
he's not
we'll
crying
get through
about
it.
you.
It's still shit, man.
To be fair, the crying is probably good for him.
Just take this
Yeah.
cave as a testament of your willpower, Yevon.
I'm gonna go outside now.
Have fun dying.
As Otis leaves the awkward
try not
scene of
to.
Yevon sobbing gently into Tell's arms, as Avalor tries to encourage him. It's like, come on, man, it's a testament to your ability of you being knocked unconscious where you were almost killed, and then,
To survive through hardship, man. Take the lesson.
Okay, so Otis, roll me your perception check for the night through your owl's eye, so it's, I believe that's with
Yeah,
advantage.
I do.
Owl's perception, though, not
Mr.
yours.
Owl. I know. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Advantage. 23.
Well, damn. With your nat 20, you are confident nothing is around, and you look up at the starry sky, and you take amazing, excellent notes of the stars tonight.
Sweet.
As you gather all the information and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Though, I'll say with that 23, you do notice something a little odd as you're staring up into the stars.
Okay.
It looks like just for a bit, one of the stars is moving?
I compare it to yesterday's.
That star wasn't there? And then you're like, you notice as the star starts, in the vast distance, the star starts to seems to look like it descends to the ground in the vast distance. And you just hear the very softest of screams, as if from miles away something screamed incredibly loud. And then you see the star come back up in the vast distance, and it looks like the star is a little bigger.
That's odd. Like, continue to
What?
like write what the progress of this star? Question mark.
The fuck is that supposed to be?
Did it change color? Is it secretly a dragon?
Based off your 23, roll me an intelligence check on top now. I'll give you advantage due to your perception check.
I feel like a dragon just threw someone off the top of the mountain, and this is just
Yeah,
a
just like-
decline.
This is Sparta. Someone.
Please, no.
In advantage. Please. 18.
Okay, you can
Nice.
gather that based off of the bright moonlight sky tonight, you were told there's a white dragon outside. The moonlight can reflect off of dragon scales at many, many miles away. With the theory of intelligence of dynamics of perception, you probably just saw a white dragon pick up something giant size to eat.
Oh. Fudge! I have to rub this out! So I'm like, erase the dragon star from
Aw. No.
That's the weird thing you really
Terrifying.
You can also gather
Good
that
to
at much of
know
an
what-
intelligence check, that dragon was probably more than 60 miles away.
Cool. I also wanted to know the direction for tomorrow.
Down towards the south, so basically going down the hill.
Oh, brilliant. I'll tell everyone my discoveries tomorrow. Or Archon when we switch shifts.
Okay, so you finish your shift and you go wake up Archon for your eventful night
Hey.
of witnessing something horrific.
Hey.
Mm.
It's your turn.
Oh. Alright.
Oh, and I think a dragon just like took a giant and like went and ate a thing, but like super far away, like 60 miles, like whoo, and I point towards the direction, like that away.
Hmm.
But I thought
I'm
you
gonna-
should know.
Can I make an insight check on him?
Sure, roll an insight.
Because, I mean, he could be calling me fat and trying to, like, get it past me.
Well,
God damn it.
I mean, you're looking at him like, hard to read, this little guy. You're looking at him like, I guess he saw a dragon.
yeah,
Hmm.
just be careful, right? Or let us know just in case, they breathe ice again.
So you
Or
saw the dragon, White?
Well, no, I didn't see the dragon. I just concluded it was a dragon because it looked like a star.
Oh. I'll be alright. I just kind of pick up
Okay.
my pack and walk out.
Okay, as you walk out to take your night shift, roll me a perception at disadvantage.
I'm sitting right by the lip of the cave, by the way. Just a bit
Yep.
to the side, maybe hidden by a tree.
Yep, no worries.
Perception
Yep,
disadvantage is over here. Ugh.
Okay, so you keep your eyes open in the night and your ears open for listening into things with the wind howling and the night sky making your vision almost useless, and you try to concentrate on the sounds of past the blowing wind. You have a hard time focusing on anything other than the wind and the chill in the air, but after about a couple hours, nothing seems to occur. At least you seem to be safe as your shift falls to an end.
Kind of get up, take one last look around, kind of scout at myself, and walk in a little hastily.
Okay.
And then Alavoy said he was taking the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, once I actually get in there, I slow down, throw my pack on the ground while I was standing, and go wake up Alavoy. What's up? Get up. Watch time.
Wonderful. He'll get up and kind of roll his shoulders and stretch out a bit as he's walking out the cave.
Alvor, you exit the cave to take your shift and observe what is going as the roll me a perception check. So as you your elven eyes are still really, really tired as you're rubbing your eyes, and you're just not really with it today, this morning, as you look out into the night sky, and I don't know, you think you see something and moving in the shadows in the back, and you go to investigate, and it was just like a moving branch in one of the trees, and yeah, you seem to observe nothing or hear nothing of interest this night.
I will practice with my sword.
Stretch out your hand, and
Montage.
the mysterious bone-toothed dagger, bone-toothed razor sword appears in your hand as you take some practice swings with it. As you are going up, the morning sun comes up, and as you are out practicing with your blade, I will say everybody kind of wakes up and notices you outside practicing with your blade. As you awaken to see Avalor. Yep, everybody saw it for a quick second before he was knocked unconscious and then brought back up.
Oh, I wouldn't have seen it with my wisdom. If it was just a split second.
More like 5, but yeah.
So as you guys notice Avalor standing out in the snow, practicing his bladesmanship as the morning sunlight reflects off of his fur-covered body as he's practicing various swings and motions with this odd-looking weapon.
Good morning!
As Yevon walks out and goes, ah! As he sees this wicked-looking blade.
Oh.
Oh, this? Don't worry about this. I drop it, and as it falls midair, it just evaporates into a ghostly blue flame and disappears.
Fun.
This might be a bit forward, Mr. Alavor, but are you possessed?
No?
Oh,
Like how he says it with just a hint of a question.
Archon just kind of like looks down at the spot where the blade turned to flame. Does any of the snow there seem to melt, or nah?
Nah, there wasn't any really melted snow. Kind of like it looked like you gather from it. It was more of an illusion of a flame than an actual heat.
Hmm.
Well, glad you guys are up this early.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a little hard to sleep in there.
Right.
What do you mean?
Is Telefy out of here too?
Yep.
Hmm.
Well,
Let's get moving.
Oh, guys,
Probably.
guys.
What?
Last night, I think I saw the dragon you guys were talking about.
Excuse me?
Yeah, when I was, looking at the stars, there was one that was like moving, and I'm pretty sure that was just the moonlight reflecting off the dragon scales. And it like I heard a scream 60 miles that way, and I think it like picked up a giant and ate it.
You heard a scream from that far.
Yeah, must have been pretty loud. It was pretty quiet.
Huh.
As in, like, when it reached me now. They're pretty great for seeing and hearing. That's all.
Are you sure this was a dragon?
Not sure. I didn't see
What if
its visage.
it's one of those star people I've heard about?
Star people?
Yeah. Beings that live among the heavens and stars.
What?
You mean
Is he
angels?
fucking with me?
Divas?
You know, I heard that there was these weird hippo people that came from up there.
What?
Hippo people?
If anyone would know about this, it'd be Kiori.
Look, no, I'm just telling you, I've traveled around places, and I've heard, specifically this dwarf told me this story about these little gray men, no bigger than Yebin over here. They had huge eyes and no hair.
Okay, wait a sec. I need to record this, and I summon Lou.
No, please, this is stupid. This is just
And then-
a mess.
I'm gonna feint to cast magic on Lou. I cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
And I just keep track of Mr. Bloody fucking Alvar over here. Just his surface thoughts as he's telling the story. Okay, keep going.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, these little gray beings, no bigger than Yebin, right? This dwarf told me that they came in the night and kidnapped him. And they took him up into some kind of airship. Said they did all
Whoa.
kinds of weird experiments on him and stuff.
Like what?
Alivor kind of looks around a moment. Don't know if we really want to talk about that in mixed company, but he swears up and down that's why he walks with a limp now.
What?
Yeah.
Do I pick up anything?
Well, you're just reading surface thoughts, so basically what
Yeah.
he's saying is surface
just
thoughts.
I'm gonna, at the tail end of the minute, I'm gonna probe deeper.
Okay, go ahead and, Nano,
So you
and
know,
make
he
me
will be
a-
aware about that.
I know.
Alright, cool.
Make me the, what's the
I know.
check for again? It's an intelligence or wisdom save.
Meanwhile, Archon just smirks and goes, yeah, must be all kinds of worms inside his body.
Okay, so you are able to delve deeper into Alivor's mind as you go in there and see some really nasty things in that mind of his. But You figure he's fucking with you based off of the mind probing. Avalar, you do
Cool.
feel a touch on your brain, though, as he tingles, as you look at Oatless kind of diving deep into your deeper thoughts.
I kind of take a deep breath and
I'll
I look at
quirk-
Alvor
quirk
knowingly.
my eyebrow. Quirk my eyebrow and go. You should be careful with that. You might see something you don't wish to.
He'd do something that'd get his ass kicked.
What? I look at Archon like, no.
I'm gonna say you also, based off of the fact that you did get loomed deeper, you do feel this weird sense of, let's call it righteous wrath in his mind. That seems to radiate very predominantly.
Nothing serious, Archon.
You sure? I could kick his ass.
Why
No
do
one
you,
will
do
be
you
kicking
just want to
anyone's
kick my
ass.
ass, though?
Is
I
that,
feel like
is,
that's
is
just
that
what
what
you
the
want.
aliens did?
No, there are no such thing. There have been no documents. There have been no records. If there was anything, I would know about it.
Alavor looks over at Kiori. Well, that might be the case, but there's no record stating they don't exist.
And this is
If
how.
they did exist, the gods would have said it. But they haven't. They haven't recognized them as anything.
Are you saying gods are racist?
I'm saying that they don't exist, and that's why the gods are not acknowledging them.
You don't know that.
I think I would know that.
I don't think you would, though.
And you saying, not even probably been in a library once in your life, think that you know more than me about this.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't think you know everything.
Well, I'm trying to know everything. I'm not saying I'm not there yet, but I do know a lot of things.
And this could very well be one of those things that you just don't know.
I'm pretty sure I know of it.
Look, I will tell you, Rustbeard is a very honest man.
Okay.
Is it just me, or are they about to, like, fight or something?
I don't know. But I'm scared either way.
Alavor, how did you meet that dwarf?
Yeah, how?
Why is this important? How about we try to, like, do something, maybe? Like, not talk about
Look, it'll
dwarves?
pass the time as we, like, walk down.
Did the dwarf have a banjo?
Why are we talking about this? This is not important. He's clearly
Why would the
lying.
dwarf have a banjo?
I don't know.
didn't have a banjo.
Instruments?
He had this thing he called a hand pan. It looks kind of like a metal turtle. He called it a space drum too. It's made some very unusual sounds, but it was quite pleasant.
Is it from space? Did he get?
I don't think he got it from space.
I wish that I prepared silence.
I just hope. I know. As much as I know he's fucking with me, I just hope a space drum is real. But it was just a truth mixed in with the lies.
Alright, I'm about 5 seconds away from kicking the kid's ass, so let's get moving.
You guys
Why? Why do you want to do that, Mr. Archon? What'd I do?
He just starts walking.
Hey, Atlas,
Yeah?
can I borrow a feather from your bird?
Why?
I'll give her a feather.
But I would just like one.
I don't know if I can even pluck feathers from a familiar. and it's staying.
I don't know. That's why I'm wondering if that could actually be a thing that you can do or not.
Hmm. I must respectfully decline.
Also, it is for a spell.
Oh. Still must respectfully decline.
That's okay. I understand.
If we find a bird, though, while we're going down, you just need a bird feather? Doesn't
I
matter
just
what bird?
No, I just need a bird's feather.
Yeah, we can just, like, shoot it down, get a feather out of it. More than one feather out of it.
I'd appreciate that.
Oh, I guess actually, reminding me of which, I have to get in the shift sheet here and adjust your guys' rations for today.
Oh yeah, I'll take one of
Only,
mine.
yeah, only just not count Archon. He has his own.
So anyways, as you
Are you
guys,
sick?
nah, I just got tickle in my throat.
Okay.
So as you guys head down the mountainside, you look over and see, head towards, so what route are you guys taking down? The most direct route? Are you trying to circumvent? What's the plan here?
I mean, if Odalus talked about the dragon, I'd like to go the way that it isn't.
Yeah, I think it'd be best if we try to.
Void.
Avoid
Dragons?
the dragon's hunting grounds.
Yes,
well,
quite.
that aside, avoid the guards too.
Yeah.
But it hunted several hours ago. He's probably asleep right now. If he sleeps.
Yeah, maybe it sleeps in the day.
Still, I do not want to get close to it just in case.
That's fair.
I mean, it's a dragon. I'm pretty sure it can eat whenever it wants and sleep whenever it wants.
Quite yes. Would I know about white dragons? Or how about, did I roll well? Like, do I know, like, about them or no?
Roll me a nature check.
Oop.
I mean, you know a bit about them. You know they're the most vicious form of the dragons. They tend to be the most bestial form of dragons, and they tend to enjoy the hunt and prey. They're very territorial, and they have a very, 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 very wide hunting ground range and can span hundreds of miles due to their flight.
Yeah,
They can't really go around.
we're already in its hunting ground, and it's quite territorial, so I'm saying just in case, keep to trees so it can't see us.
Okay, where foliage
And they-
is thickest. Easy
Quite.
enough.
And they are the most predatory of the dragons, as in they are the most fiercest and enjoy the hunt more than anything else.
Duly noted.
Quite, so hunting us would be a fun game for it, and I would not rather have that happen.
What if we tell him that hunting us is not fun? I mean, he will go away?
I believe that dragons have a lot of pride. That is something that's known about them. I believe that us, humans, and other races, telling it to not enjoy the hunt of hunting probably the first people it's seen and are actually able to get would be a bad thing to do.
Trust me, and live if we all ran.
And I am sure we
Okay.
can't fight a white dragon either.
Mr. Archon's a white dragonborn.
Yes, but that dragon is about a lot of times bigger than him.
You sure?
Pain in my
Yes.
ass.
We've seen it before. Very definitely
Far.
larger than him.
Okay.
Bigger teeth. Has a breath weapon that can span a lot more square footage. You
Mr.
know.
Archon, do you sneeze?
Sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like everyone else. Why?
Oh, I was just curious.
You do not want to see a white dragon sneeze.
What happens?
Like I said, you don't want to know.
Well,
What
you
if I
said
do want to
that I
know?
don't want to see, not that I don't want to know.
Everything in the 10-mile radius freezes to fuck. That's what happens.
Whoa. But that's surely that's a normal dragon, not like you.
Do you really want to test that theory?
Yes.
It's just
A
kind
little
of
bit.
from looking at Atlius to looking at Kiori. You see like a slight shift in like not even his expression, but like his eyes, like yeah, Kiori. You have a decent wisdom. You could probably see like internally he's just what.
I'd like to know. Talitha's laughing in the back.
A little bit.
Meanwhile, Yevon's just kind of shaking his head. No!
Listen to the gnome. He's smart. Gnome, right?
But why?
Yeah?
Cool.
But what if like
I'd like to know.
I walk away as I'm
I can freeze your sorry ass solid. That's why.
Do I know how to make someone sneeze? Like, would I just know this or no?
Throw
Ways
pepper.
of pepper, feathers to the nose, anything that irritates
Dust.
the nostrils will dust. Anything that irritates the nostril will cause a person to sneeze, so.
Okay. Hey, Mr.
Now she
Mr.
really
Bell.
wants.
Hey, Alice. Hey,
Mr. What? Are we doing this? Are we planning?
yeah.
Okay. What's up?
I'm just saying we need something to like pepper or like
Can
feathers.
Can I try to make like
Can we hear them like whispering like this?
stage whispering?
Because they're walking with us.
Yeah,
If-
roll me perceptions to see if you can make out the
Okay.
words.
What I'd like to do is to make a stealth so that like I imagine they're very like into their whispering, to the point that they wouldn't notice if like something changed around them. So what I'm gonna try to do is like try to get out of their field of view and just like slow down to the point that I can like I'm standing right next to them. Can I make a stealth check to see how that works?
Sure, roll me a stealth check.
Right.
This
This
is
probably isn't gonna go
I
too
just
well.
want to know if I can hear them whispering.
Archon! Archon goes to make a stealth check. Tell that you're listening to their whispering, but unfortunately when you're listening to the whispering, you just hear a whoop! As you look over as Archon tried to make a stealth check and move, did not see the branch in the ground of this tree trunk and falls face first into the snow, his tail just up in the air as he's lying in the snow face down.
Can Kiori and I like
Archon?
comically scuttle away further away?
Yeah,
you
I was
alright?
scuttling away.
Okay, he just picks up the branch. It's probably like a lot bigger than it was on the ground. He just throws the thing like fucking yards.
Yeets.
He eats the thing, yeah.
Does
Are
any
you
of our
alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm sure his pride took the bigger hit.
Wait, Alice, I can actually command him to sneeze.
I don't think that's. But that will just be a fake sneeze. It's not the like, mwah, creme de la creme sneeze.
Yes, quite. I mean, like I think he has to know though, because like we can do it in his sleep. That would be kind of weird though.
No, but then he'll wake up and will probably eat us.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't like when people wake me up, so you know.
I suppose yes, but like sometimes you can sneeze in your sleep and you don't wake up.
So yes, Tal, you hear all of
Really?
this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does any of her like furs have like any feathers on it, just by chance?
What if we can like?
They're
No,
furs,
most
not
of our
feathers,
furs have
but
been from like, badgers and wolves.
fun
and
fact,
shit.
fur in the nose is also something that irritates the nose.
Oh well,
What-
alright.
What if
I
we
mean-
can simulate Pepper?
How?
I'm keeping an eye out for any animals to hunt for food.
As
Roll
am I.
me, yeah, you guys can roll me nature checks.
I'm
if
just
you're gonna hunt.
eavesdropping up in here.
Unless I can make a perception check to hear what the hell they're talking about, but I
Well,
already
you can,
failed. So.
but well,
No.
that's yeah. So as Avalor, as you're looking around for creatures to hunt down, you find what looks to be a small bird. Looks like a goose in the distance.
A goose?
Like a Canadian goose kind of thing. It's a small bird, large bird. Small compared to like the monster bird, so.
Yeah.
How far away is it?
At this point, it's about 200 feet away.
I will try to sneak 80 feet
Okay, roll me a stealth
towards it.
check. So you go for a sneak and not quite as bad as Archon, but you do not see again as you guys are not having luck with these branches. You hear a snap, and the bird looks over and flies off.
The
How
little
far
feather.
away is it?
At this point, it would be close to, with that movement, be 240 feet. From you, but from Archon, or from Alavor, it would be 180 feet due to the movement he moved forward.
Alright.
Did they drop a feather?
Roll me a investigation.
I'm immediately bum rushing over there.
You find that, the startlet, it did lose a feather.
I pocket it, kind of hiding it.
What are you doing? Looking for a bird's shit or something?
Yes. I keep walking.
What?
He's actually a bit caught off guard by that.
You know what, at that point, Yep, it's just gonna pat Avalon. She's like, don't worry, we all think she's a little weird.
Kevin!
You don't? He says to hell. I mean, she wanted to eat me.
I think the proper word we're looking for now is eccentric.
She's rich?
That's not what that means.
I thought only rich people could be eccentric.
Wait, did she actually try to eat you?
No,
She tried to eat
she
you?
went around asking everyone if they would eat a gnome.
Oh.
Oh.
No, you see, Evan, it's rich people who act eccentrically, and people find it cute. When poor people do it, or regular people do it, then it's just awkward.
So, is it cute or awkward for Kiori?
Is she
Well,
rich?
therein lies the question.
Am I just hearing all of this, or am I coming back now?
You were walking away, weren't you?
Yeah. I'm on my way back now, I
Archon
guess.
is like watching after you, like, what the hell just happened? Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over back to Atlas.
Yeah?
I show him the feather, like making sure my back is to Archon. Got it.
You need that for a spell, though?
I can also use it for a spell.
Well, okay.
Two birds with one stone.
See, I have
Or-
a... But he would know. That's a pretty big feather.
No, it's not really that big.
Kind of look at Archon, look back at the feather. Yeah, I guess compared to Archon's size.
I can't wait for the sleight of hand roll on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
should we do it now, or should we wait? I think
Now?
I'd like to note they're still being watched
I
and
think-
eavesdropped on.
Yeah,
Indeed.
how about we give it like an hour to 30 minutes of just walking normally, and then I can just do it.
You're just gonna do it. You're just gonna
Yeah.
yeah, right on Archon's nostril, yeah.
I'm
I'll
just
say
gonna walk
that,
beside him for a little bit.
Tell, you hear everything. Archon, you hear nothing.
fair enough. Yeah, I got my check.
A 10 perception's not going to help with a whisper.
See, my thought was if we could get dust or maybe another feather or something. that we could, like, cut it into fine pieces, and then I just just gust it to Mr. Archon, and then he might not know.
I mean, we can take you can take half of it, and I'll take the other half.
Heath, I'd just like to take care of this now. Archon has spent a very long time here, living in very chilly winds, where, like, winds right past your nose are bound to make you sneeze. Can I, like, get advantage on whatever save is about to happen?
There's a
'Cause I
difference
find it
between a
realistic.
cold nose sneeze and someone messing with your nostrils. So
Ugh.
there's a very
Oh.
specific difference between those types of sneezes, unfortunately.
I will go first. You
I
can
would
go
say your
second.
character's not used to someone taking a feather and shoving it into your nose to make you
I don't
sneeze.
want to, but Miss Kiori, I don't want to ruin your potential spell component if I'm gonna take half of it.
Oh, don't worry. It's not that much of an important spell, and I'm sure we can find another one.
Sure.
Alright, I'm going to break it in half and give half of it to him so he can cut it up and do what he wants with it, and I'm going to just walk beside Archon, just nonchalantly for like an hour or so.
Okay.
Of course, after that scene, Archon's just gonna kind of look down at her and go, "What?"
What?
You know
I just want
what?
to walk.
Let's make this a fun check. Kiori, roll me a performance check to see how nonchalant you can be with this.
Jesus.
She actually is pretty decent nonchalant. Okay, to make it
but I
fair,
still don't
Archon,
need
roll
to
me an
believe her.
insight check to see whether or not you can still see through this bullshit.
Okay. Either way, I'd like to say Archon knows something is going on. There's no suspicious shit going on here.
Oh, it's a tie! It's a fucking tie!
Defender typically wins, FYI.
Actually, the rules
DM
technically say it's
discretion.
kind of up to DM, but I'll say you kind of notice something, but you don't know what. She's
Of
weird!
course I noticed something.
Yeah.
I'm not dumb.
Plus, I'm just walking next to him for like an hour straight.
Hmm.
He might lose interest.
I'm gonna try.
He legitimately does, like, look down at you and go, "What?"
What? I just want to walk.
Okay.
Also, I just want to ask a few more questions if possible.
You haven't walked with me for the last 6 days.
What? I usually walk beside you. Normally, when we went to your house, we did. When we went to the Goliath camp, I did.
Did you?
Yes. How can you forget?
Out of character, did we? Like, did she insist on doing that the entire time?
I mean, she didn't insist on it, but she'd like to. If you moved away from her, she wouldn't care.
Hmm.
It was okay between.
He just kind of rolls his eyes and goes back to walking. And Archon, presuming what is about to happen between the sneeze question and literally, like, her rushing to find something on a bird, whatever the hell it is, he's just gonna assume, and probably correctly, and he's just gonna, like, mentally prepare himself for whatever the hell they're planning. He's gonna let it happen, but he's preparing himself.
Yevon,
Yes?
I know you said you had a kid or two.
Yeah, I have a kid.
Tell me about your kid.
Oh, well, his name's Clarice. He's starting to get a bit older in years. He's about, 10. Which in gnome is really, really little, actually. I mean, he's just, in human years, the comparison, I guess, would be he's about a 3-year-old in human years.
Aww.
Just a little guy, and I was we've been watching over him, but after I lost my job, things got kind of tough, and I couldn't really afford. I don't know what's going on with him right now. I hope he's okay.
What was your job before this?
I made shoes.
A cobbler.
Yeah. Gnomish cobblers. I know it's a stereotype, but
Oh, man has to provide.
yeah. Unfortunately, though, mean, I wasn't able to keep up with some of the work, and I was gonna get a commission from this one lord, but I mean, I kind of messed up his shoes, and I mean, then after that, I mean, he just kind of destroyed my business by making sure I didn't get any more, and I was starving, and I went to go steal some bread for my kid, and next thing you know, I was hauled off, and I heard him crying, and just so
Did you have a significant other that stayed behind with?
yeah. I did have a significant other. Well, but I don't know if they're okay or not.
What can you tell me about them?
Oh, well, her name was well, her name was Rose. I mean, we were together for a long time, and I mean, we met when we were pretty young. She was actually, her father was the person who taught me how to cobble. I mean, kind of ran the business together.
I see. And they're in that Mountains Toe town? Or
No,
a different town?
it's a different town. Actually, we're not too far from Mountains Toe. We were in the neighboring town of White Deer.
And now I'm thinking perhaps Mountains Toe is a bad place to return to. Maybe we should go back to your hometown. You might be a little noticeable, so we'll have to keep you out in the woods or something while we're there, but we could check on your family and make you whole.
That'd be really nice.
Very well. But
Now,
we still
next
need to get
episode,
off
he's
this
going
damn
to
mountain.
die. You've asked about his wife and kids. You've killed him.
Oh, the death flags.
Yep. I could show you a picture of him.
Yes.
Well, please do.
God, it's all the red flags of death for Yemen right now.
I want the pictures.
You want the pictures? I don't exactly have pictures on me. It's not like they let you have a wallet in the prison.
I meant OOC, I want the pictures.
But I mean, hopefully you can meet them, and when we get back to the, I mean, hopefully, if we make it back, I mean, I'd be more than happy to, introduce you guys to them.
There's no if, friend. We made it this far.
Yes, you're right.
Well, most of us made it this far.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, we should be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, apart from being eaten alive by fey monsters and frozen solid by sneezing dragons and having hunted down by the guards as they roast us alive to eat us and feed us to the other prisoners and
Try not to think of that. Think about Rose and Clarice.
Thank you. I will. Thanks a lot.
You'll have quite the stories to tell them when he gets old.
Yeah, guess I will.
Well, I think we're lagging behind, so we should probably catch up.
Okay. Catches up with the rest of you.
Meanwhile, at the front,
Yeah.
Akan just kind of looks down at her again. Maybe like less than 10 minutes into just walking. So what do you want to ask about?
Mary, is he there?
Yes, sorry. What is it?
Akon just looks down at you and says, "So what do you want to ask about?"
Well, I hear Fell Places. It's not really the best, but I can see why you might like it. But with the prison nearby and a white dragon and the pixies you have to deal with, it's not really the greatest place to be at.
We've already talked about that.
I know. I just like, was there anywhere else you could go? Maybe. Would you like to go anywhere else?
I don't know.
Well, you are traveling with us, so we are going to be looking around and traveling. I don't know exactly what this party's goal is. I have an idea of it, but I'm still a bit iffy about it. So I don't know about it, but what would you like to do? Just travel, or what are you looking to do? Maybe
I don't know. Find somewhere else.
to call home.
Somewhere free a little shit.
Well, I do know a few places that you might like, but they're not really close by. I wouldn't suggest the normal lands we come from. Not the best, but it's okay if you're a human or a halfling.
Mm.
Well, usually, I don't think you want to be with your own kind. Maybe I don't know if you would be okay with that. It's kind of not the best place right now, but it's okay.
Would you know?
I don't think have I been there before. Or no, have I traveled at all?
Given your backstory, you probably didn't travel a lot in your life.
I don't remember really. I don't think I've been there before, but I have looked up places. I do know about them.
Dracolonius didn't really, work out.
Wait, what? Can you say that again?
Dracolonius, it's the fucking place where the Dragonborn live.
Sorry, with the wind and stuff, it's kind of hard to hear. But yeah, it isn't that great. I heard that the turf war is kind of interesting, but I'm sure the Elven lands are quite pretty. There's even.
She just call it a turf war? They're not rival gangs.
Oh, whatever. There's also the
Is rich.
There's also the floor mount, quite pretty. There's a lot of gnomes and stuff, but it seems to be okay. I'm sure we can find a
the
place.
shit out of them.
Maybe. I don't think so, but sure. There's Zoolandus. There's a lot of tabaxis and elephant people. Luxendons, I believe it's Laxodon.
Laxidones, yeah.
Laxodons, yes, they're quite interesting. Haven't met many of them, but I heard they're not that bad.
That is something I've thought about, but they're a long way from here.
Well, I would like to travel. Maybe that is something I'm looking forward to. So, if in my travels we can find a home for you, if that's okay with you.
Sure. Why not?
All right.
Time to ruin that wholesomeness.
His eyes don't really, leave her.
That's a dangerous gambit.
That's a bit unsettling, but okay. If just do I still remember my face?
No. What the hell were you scrambling for with that fucking turkey thing?
Oh, I need the. It wasn't a turkey. It was a use of kind of thing. It migrates probably from here. I don't know if I had to. Sorry. I wanted to track it because I never really see many from around here, and they were migrating, of course. And I was wondering why it's in this such cold, barren place, and wondering why wasn't it somewhere else? Because usually they migrate south when it's winter up here.
Did its shitting spot give you any of that info?
Well, it usually tells me what it eats and see if it's been eating or not, and it just gives me about the health of it usually.
Has it been eating? Kinda cold up here.
I don't. No, I didn't really see much in it.
Hmm.
I tried to find it, but there was just really nothing.
This
But-
is my chance because they're distracted from the conversation.
Archon is mostly pretending to be absorbed, but yeah.
I so think.
Well, your eyes were on me though. You said you have like a wicked stare on me. You don't notice him.
There is still an
I'm gonna-
audience.
Oh, I don't notice him. I imagine he's way behind me. So no, I don't say I notice him. But
Aww.
In a world where he has a photo.
oh,
That's
that is
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
That is
Time.
quite cute.
To subtly cast Gust with my pulverized feathers to the direction of Archon.
Okay, so I don't know how to, so to set the DC of whether this works or not, and I'll let Defender win in this case for you, Archon. Roll me an Arcana check, Oatless, to see how well you master that
Arcana?
Gust. Arcana.
I roll a 19, so 24.
Archon, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I
Can
will
I-
make this work.
You
Can
gonna
I
make
have-
it work?
Can I have advantage on it? Because, I mean, I was expecting something like this.
No, you were looking at me. You were straight deading eye on me.
I
Not
was.
him,
That doesn't
yeah.
change my expectations.
Look, he's on edge. He's on
It
edge.
You're on
depends. D-Rab, is he you're gonna let him roll or not?
Yes, it's fine. He'll
Okay.
roll.
Okay, I'll let
Today-
advantage slide this one time.
I'm not gonna give him my other roll.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't want him to fail.
Alright. Alright.
So, unfortunately, with that 25 Arcana check, these feathers go into your nose, making it go, and you are unable to do anything but sneeze as you stare straight at Kiori.
Alright.
And please roll me your breath attack.
Yeah, no, I was honestly going to do that anyway.
Kiori, make a con save.
Yeah. In fact, I make it a bit of a performance. Because I fucking want to. Honestly, I was gonna do this anyway.
You take 3 cold damage, Kiori, as you feel feel the frost blow across your face, and your hair kind of goes backwards and freezes a little. Kind of gives you kind of like one of those.
Continue.
This kind of gives you
What
one of those
happened now?
freezing hair locks, like you look like you just got winter in a wind tunnel with your hair.
Kiori is
I
just gonna
kind of-
break out laughing a little bit.
I excitedly jump up, then realized I'm excitedly jumping up, and I kind of reel it back in, and I kind of face forward like I didn't do anything.
How quickly does he jump up and like try to reach them?
Fun.
'Cause-
Roll, Archon, quickly just roll me a perception check to see if you
Yeah,
notice. It's
yeah.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely
Yeah.
notice that little fucker jumping up for joy after you sneeze.
Alright.
I'm so dead. Goodbye, guys.
As oh my god, I'm about to do this. I just kind of like look over at Kuori and say, "Happy now." And
Yes.
as like I see him like take a few steps forward, like really rapidly, then catch himself, I immediately turn on a heel and rush right at him.
Sit.
Oh! Please hold the spells. Please hold the spells.
Okay, wisdom save, Archon. So, Archon, you're about to rush and you're plump like a dog.
I
I
feel the
found
command.
the new Kiori and Arcana.
I feel the command just started to take me over, and I just dropped to a knee.
Well, you said sit, so you're on your butt technically.
Technically, fine.
Yeah, because the command was sit, not take a knee. So you sit down, and you look around like, what the fuck?
I also look back and I'm confused as to why he's sitting on the ground now.
I'm gonna brush over to Udalus and like wrap an arm around him protectively.
Telton's
What's
gonna
happening?
back
It's-
up
it's
a
only
little
one
and
round.
Kinda pull Yevon with her.
It's
What's
only
going
one
on?
Just
Did you?
keep some distance.
Archon after 6 seconds, because I think that's how long that
Yeah,
lasts.
6 seconds.
Shift and I just watched this flabbergasted.
Archon just kind of like slowly pushes himself up to his feet, looks at them, and oh god, no, I'm not gonna make a check. But Kiori, you see like his posture's changed a little, and like he's got his head like a little tilted, his like shoulders kind of back, and he just slowly starts walking towards the both of you, kind
But
of
did you? Sorry.
yeah, he like it kind of like opens up his palm a little, and like the claws start gleaming.
Why did
Kiori's
you make
gonna
him?
put
Why did you make him sit? That wasn't part of the plan. It was done.
Kiori's gonna put Autolus behind her and just
Um,
not move, looking over to him.
I don't think this is a good idea.
As he he kind of gets closer, let's see how much. You know, he doesn't really say anything, just kind of looking down at the two of them. And what he does is, as he gets within like arm's distance, he kind of like lunges forward, not to grab her, but to grab Autolus from around her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what kind. I mean, it's a grapple check, but you got to go through a character to grapple. So I'll say you can make a grapple.
I'd give him advantage.
Yeah, I would say so. Unless you can have advantage on the resistance to the grapple.
I can do acrobatics, right? Because to get grappled, not.
Can
to
I
break
do
the
guidance or no?
Technically, yes.
I mean, do you have time to know what he's about to do?
Like, if you put your arms around her, I think she.
I mean, it's
she
all
knows.
happening
no,
at
it's
once, so I'd
it's a
allow
lunge.
it.
I don't. Well, okay.
I'd allow it, but
Cool.
yeah, guidance ain't gonna
do
help
want this to
anyways.
happen.
So he just grabs you, and you just pick him up as you got him
I don't-
grappled.
I don't grab him by the
Hi.
collar. I grab him by like the head, the top of his head, and just kind of lift him up
Oh.
with one arm.
Ah,
And
ow.
I just kind of like lift him up to my head, look him in the eyes.
Curie would try to like stop you, like moving
Mhm.
like right against you.
He was just probably ignoring you.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, for first off, so you're picking up by the head, Curie. What are you doing specifically with this?
Like I'm trying to like he picked him up. I'm like trying to like still have like a arm between them kind of, and just like step forward where I'm like almost chest to chest against Archon.
Okay, so right now it looks like a weird sandwiching scenario because you were between them to begin with. Now you got like you're holding him by the head with Kiori in front of you, kind of just under your jawline, holding up the. You pick up Oatless to match your eyes, so you hold him over her head. So
Yep.
you've got him at the same height as you, Kiori being shorter than you, just under you, and you look into him, and she's staring up at you.
Archon?
You're making me look at you. Because you have
well,
my
I
head.
do have your head, so I guess
Yeah.
technically, yeah. I just
well,
kind of stare
My
at
assumption
you
was
and-
is that you made him look at you. So, but
Yeah,
pretty
I was
much.
like,
Wait, do you want to speak first or me?
All Archon says is, "Don't do anything you regret, kid," and I drop him.
Okay, just roll me another acrobatics check for fun there, Oatless.
sure. Acro.
Okay, well, this time you get it as you land on your feet quite gracefully as he drops you.
I have killed people before. Wasn't fucking around about that.
Archon, if you have a problem with
Yes,
it,
yes.
it was my idea. If you're gonna do that to someone, do it to me and not him.
She'll like it though.
She wants to get the head.
God damn it. Oh god. He just kind of goes, he's not smart enough for that.
He is still a child. You can't just do that to him.
Still alive, ain't he?
It's fine.
See?
Yori.
Um,
I kind of like, see, we're all good, and I kind of like do the like friendly pats to Archon, like pat. Yeah, see, we're friends.
I raise a claw and flick him.
Wow.
I
I
see,
cast
like-
Gust on Archon.
Like Kiori, like, almost goes
okay,
rigid.
let's slow this down. So he flicks you in the
Yeah.
head, you cast Gust and Archon. What are you trying to accomplish with Gust?
I wanna do the knockback version.
Create a
Which
small
is the
blast
first
capable
one.
of moving one object that is neither held or weighed more than 5 foot-pounds. You have to push 10 feet
first.
from you. Oh, okay, one medium or smaller creature that you miss. Oh, this probably ain't gonna work, so strength save.
Yep. Archon's posture, for the record, has gone back to normal.
Never
well.
mind, as you're just shoved back 5 feet away from him after you flick him in the head.
Okay, I think we've had enough.
I thought he was like,
this, Miss Tell.
Kiori is kind of gone rigid right now. Her eyes are just kind of almost glazed over, and she just doesn't seem like herself for a moment.
Archon just like looks down at how far like he's pushed him and goes, "Only that, huh? Not very useful, is it?"
I mean, that doesn't cost that much energy to cast. But it's a neat trick, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. He just kind of looks over at Talitha and Alivor and kind of just like twitches the head in the direction we're moving and starts moving himself.
And I also used that spell to make you sneeze. Well, I had to use Kiori's feather for that.
Yep.
Kiori is going to rub her burn mark that she has and just keep walking silently.
Okay.
Did you find out what you wanted to find out, Miss Kiori? As I kind of just yell to get her attention.
She's just going to stay silent.
What were you guys talking about? As I'm like just walking next to Archon now.
Archon just kind of glances in your direction and rolls his eyes, doesn't answer.
Okay, keep your secrets.
Keep your secrets.
So anyways, you guys keep traveling for the day. Having an eventful little couple moments there as experiments and magic were beheld. Moving forward, you guys hit to the point where you finally can set up camp again for the night. It's starting to get late as the moon starts coming, as the sun sets and the moon rises.
I want to have Shift look for a cave.
Okay.
I can help.
Okay, Shift will look for a cave with advantage. This one moment here.
Yeah!
Nice.
So
Wow.
Shift finds a small little shallow cave for you guys to stay in.
Cave
We're
master.
in a circle. We're back at Yebin's tent.
I don't think Yevon had a tent.
Dent.
Oh, Dent.
I don't think we went all the way back to the same cave.
No.
It's the curse of the mountain.
So, God, that would make some sense. So tiny cave.
Yeah, you guys find like a small cave. It's only like 10-foot shallow deep, but it gets you out of the elements.
I'll take first watch.
I can take second.
I'll be in the watch with Alva.
Okay.
Okay.
Archon actually, he like comes into the cave with you guys. You know, just kind of looks around, make sure that everybody else is like comfortable, and he just walks out.
Where's he going?
I think he's gonna go keep his secret somewhere.
I love secrets. Hey Lou, can you like follow Archon for a hot like second, but if he tries to kill you, can you just like come back?
Fun. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna go send your spy, your owl to go spy on Archon?
Yeah, just to make sure he's safe.
Okay, Archon, as you go wander
Just like
off,
above in the tree canopy.
roll
So
me a
question
stealth
eight
check
was-
for your owl. So sorry.
Exactly how late is it? Is it like dusk, sunset, past?
Yeah, at this point it's night. The sun is set
All
fully
right.
by the time you got into the cave.
Okay. Yeah, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like not much actually. You don't see much of anything with Archon. He just kind of like finds a snowy tree nearby a little out of the way and just crosses his arms and just sits there watching the snowy peaks for a while.
Okay.
I
Literally
feel like
Roll me a stealth check for your bird, though.
okay. Stealth. 10.
What's your passive perception?
14.
You definitely see the little owl spying on you from the tree branches.
I just kind of like after a while I just kind of meet up, eyes within, and say, "Sup? What's your fucking name? Ludwig? Lidge? No. Yeah.
It's kind of like
You want to know
bobs its
something
head at you.
interesting about us? Our tails are kind of weird. Without them, we could barely stand. Good luck cutting one off, though.
When you say that, you look over and you see the owl kind of looks back at its tail and kind of wiggles its tail.
So it's intelligent enough to actually understand what I'm saying.
It's a fae, not
Also,
a fae-beast. So
well,
yeah, faes.
It's actually
Familiars can
celestial.
Yeah, it's or celestial. Yeah, it's a celestial. They haven't even. If faes yeah. Funnily enough, yeah, the familiars are intelligent enough to understand, just due to the sake that they're not actually the animal; they're a creature from another dimension.
Right. So I kind of like looks up at it, continues like, not only that, but our eyes are actually closer to birds, not lizards. Don't know why we can't see in the dark though. Every fucking dragon its grandma can.
Back at the camp, I'm like shooketh.
You're what?
What? I'm like, their eyes are like birds. So I'm like listening.
Actually, if you kind of want to know a little secret, it doesn't actually hurt us in any way. I can see in the dark, just in a different way.
Like hops down and sits next to you.
It's just kind of like a bit of a grin does like form on his face, and he just continues watching like the snowy peaks.
Owl looks over and looks out with you.
Aw, slightly cute.
As I'm like just standing next to Al, stalking, and I'm like, now I feel bad. I kind of snap out of it and let him share a moment with Lou.
So you and Lou have a moment.
They're both gonna come back.
So as you guys rest, get your stuff. Who was taking the first watch again?
Oliver and I.
Okay, Alvor, you gave them both roll perceptions check. You through Lou's eyes.
Okay, I have advantage. 21.
Okay, nice. So as you and Alvor are looking out through the night sky on your perceptions, you don't see anything particularly wrong with today's sky. You don't see any moving stars, so that's a plus. As you look about, though, you can't help but feel that, you've been making progress, but it doesn't feel like a lot, unfortunately, as you guys realize you're still at least 2 weeks out from the nearest town. and probably 3 weeks from the town to White Deer from here. As the multitude of the movement of range is starting to weigh down at you, but you do know for a fact, though, at least tonight, at this moment, you are safe, as nothing around you strikes you any sort of fancy.
I'm like
If you guys want to have a
jotting down
conversation at the fireplace, go right ahead.
Yes. Are we like close to everyone else?
Well, technically, you would be right in the cave or just outside of it, unless you guys went to go wandering off.
Okay, probably just outside. Let's see. Um, sorry about earlier, Mr. Alvor.
Talking about that mind probe you did?
Yep.
I don't take much offense to it. Though you should be careful whose mind you go probing deep in.
That's fair.
Let me tell you this, I've seen some horrible things out there.
I bet.
Life on the road as a mercenary, well, tends to let you see the best and the worst in people.
Did you mean what you said back in the cave?
Which
I
part?
look at him. The part about the whole rebellion thingy.
Ah, yeah, that's that. Ah,
And
It's
if
a
you don't
goal of
mind, now that you know, what kind of imply the mind read.
Yeah, it's a goal of sorts, and you'll take a look at Atlius a moment. Kind of sit up a little bit, and you see him take this necklace off, and on the necklace are these two large, like, thin metal tabs, kind of like dog tags of sorts. And he offers them over.
I take them.
When you look at them, you see various names kind of etched into them. The latest one, probably the most interesting. It's just 3 letters.
What are these?
Well, those are the names of people I've seen die. People that I either came to respect, like, or viewed as a friend or family of sorts.
Oh. How big's the list?
Oh, probably about 15, 16 people at this point.
Okay.
I think if we go down this rebellion path, I'll end up needing more than 2 of these metal tabs. But it's good to carry them around.
I go to gesture, then to detect thoughts, then I stop.
Perhaps one of these days I'll tell you stories. I got a story for each name on that list.
That's a lot of stories.
Well, I've met a lot of people.
That's true. So
A lot of people like Rustbeard.
Is that actually like try and find is Rustbeard a name on it?
No, Rustbeard's not on there.
Okay. But Rustbeard wasn't true, right?
What was that?
Rustbeard wasn't true, right?
Well, he's a real person. Are you talking about a story?
Oh. So cheeky. Dang.
I think his story is a bit tall, but it's a fun one. I think I enjoy telling it to people. It elicits many different reactions. You gained a
I just
sense
had
of
to,
wonder from it. Kiori gained a different sense of wonder from it.
I just had to know if that was like the real deal. But it doesn't sound like it was. I thought you just made up this story on the spot, not that you witnessed someone tell the story.
No, he told me the story. Let me put it this way. One single person is not in every location at all times. So one single person cannot possibly know everything at the same time. And, well, he kind of gestures up to the stars. I'm not entirely sure what's up there. Whether it's the gods, celestial beings, something more. But I think Rustbeard's story just solidifies that there's unknown things out there. Really, you just
That
want to
sounds
keep
like an essay I had to write.
an essay.
Yeah.
About what, pray tell?
So, like I said in the cave, I know about. Like, I know how to speak celestial and deep speech. And part of learning and how to do that was to write about the things that usually speak those in that language. Just kind of helps. But the essay itself was more about kind of a theoretical or a philosophical thing. Like you said, about things that we don't know, what's beyond. I mean, those two languages are that's just because that's what we think is the most likely things that we will encounter if we study the stars like I do. So it helps to know. And that's just what it reminded me of, the unknown.
At this point, Alabor will speak in Celestial. Well, Gerald always told me that you should keep an open mind. It's much like a book, useful when it's open, not so much when it's closed.
Oh. You're just full of deep quotes. I write that down. But I don't actually write the quote down. I draw a book that's open and a book that's closed in the book. It's a neat trick though, huh? Reading people's minds.
Yeah, just don't let it get you in trouble.
Yeah. Try not to. Just sounds like he's had this lecture before.
I can tell you and Kiori are a pair of mischievous, mischievous people.
Oh God. He's kind of just recalls things he's done. What? I mean, it's all part of the fun, right? Right?
Don't get me wrong, I thought it was hilarious, but you wanna probably pick and choose who might receive a prank well.
Okay, look, here's the thing. I was talking with Kiori, like, while we were walking to Archon's house, because I thought Mr. Archon wanted to eat my face. And then I wasn't sure, so I asked her for her input, and she said that I should get to know him better and earn his respect and time or something, but not like to show him up or anything. So
Wait, what? What? And you thought making him sneeze would get you this gold?
no, because then she said that like strength isn't just strength; it could be like other things. So I kind of wanted to show Mr. Archon that I can use my spells creatively. That, and also Kiori wanted to know what would happen.
I see what happened here.
So 2 birds with 1 stone. I thought I did well.
In a sense, yes, but she also kind of manipulated into doing what she wanted to find out.
Oh.
And I don't know if that whole debacle helped you or hurt you. It's kind of hard to tell with Archon.
I mean, the whole head grab thing kind of hurt. But it was fine. He kind of reminds me of someone I know.
Yeah, that's another I found it weird that he only lashed out at you.
I think he hates short people.
I mean, everybody is shorter than him here.
No, but like short people. Like Yevon and I.
You mean we people? Huh.
I guess that could be one way to put it. That, or maybe he thinks we're frail because we're short.
Well, you want my take on this then? You want to gain his respect?
Oh no, why is this okay, sure, yes. He kind of like smiles awkwardly, like, I'm ready to take this judgment. Kind of smile.
For a man like Archon, respect will come from proving yourself in battle. Prove your merit in battle better, and he'll come to respect you.
Oh, I thought that would work. But we fought at the cave.
Yes, and you did fantastic.
Thanks.
Like, you were shooting those little missile pinion things at everything. It was amazing. I recently just got magic. A month ago, couldn't even make a feather levitate.
Can you make a feather levitate now?
Shit, I don't know. Maybe. I haven't quite explored the whole depth of the magic I have.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm 24 years old, and this is the first time I've used magic.
You're 24?
Yep.
Whoa.
Pretty young, I know.
You're half over it.
Yep.
Whoa.
So I still got a couple hundred years ahead of me, should I not die in a terrible battle.
Well, hope not.
That makes 2 of us.
Yeah. Well, I hope the stars write you a good story without dying.
We'll see. We'll see what they write. I don't think they have arms.
That I kind of like. Just between you and me, aside from the whole mind reading thing, I can see the future a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. A small
Huh.
fragment every day.
You know, if I ever become king of some place, I'll make you my master of whispers. It's a very
That
useful
sounds
skill.
cool.
You
I
can
want to be a master.
tell me what the stars whisper to you, huh?
Yeah. Still, getting the hang of it. Kind of, when something happens and you think, man, I've seen that before. A deja vu, what the scholars call it. Yeah. I get that way more frequently.
You know, now that I think about it, I think Kiori said that she saw some future. She needs to. Maybe you,
Yeah.
maybe you and her can talk about that. Maybe she's got some insight on sight beyond sight, divination, what have you.
See, here's the thing. I don't particularly know if her religion has changed over the years. Since, I don't know if they would look too kindly to wizards delving into that stuff.
Well, I'll put it this way, I not been one to really follow the gods too much. So I couldn't tell you one way or the other.
But
If that's how you feel, then keep it between us. I won't say anything.
Okay. But yeah, just as an example, I saw how that sneeze was gonna happen. Didn't see what would happen after though, so that came as a surprise.
I was about to say, how does this exactly work? Do you just see like a few seconds, an instant, several minutes?
Yeah, so I would, as you know, I write down what happens, or like I write down the stars. I don't think it's related, but when I wake up the next morning, I would get like a sensation for the day, like if it's a fortunate day or not so. And over the years, I've kind of learned and figured out what each one means. So I don't really have a clear understanding of it until the moment prior. And I can kind of, when you get the normal deja vu feeling, right? And then you get, I can see ahead in that time on an action on how
Like,
things would play out.
Like a moment of clarity in the moment.
Yeah. And I go, and then it's that point in time where if I want to pursue their action, I just do it as it happens in the vision. And if I don't, I don't. But usually I do.
Fascinating.
Still, yeah.
Well, I guess you never have to worry about a stubbed toe.
Maybe not, but it could still happen on a fortunate day.
So, anyways, as you guys continue your conversation, as your watch draws to a
You
finish,
die.
you guys, as you had a long conversation, you fail to notice the ancient white dragon sneak up upon you.
Today feels like a good day.
God.
In any case, you guys wake up, finishing your night off to go and wake up the next person for their
Houses,
watch.
That's me.
Was Ted going to be joined by anybody?
I don't know. Does anyone want to?
Yevon hasn't
I
done
do
a watch
everything.
yet, but
I need sleep.
Wait.
Archon didn't really say anything.
Yeah,
No.
it depends. Does Tel want to have a watch with somebody? It's your
Yeah.
coach, Steph. Do you want to take someone with you?
No,
If you
I
don't
don't
mind, I guess. I don't know.
Pardon, Aries? What was that? You were breaking up.
Kira wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Kira wouldn't mind share.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
and
she
Sure,
Kiori
wouldn't mind.
stay up for your watch together. You can both. We'll start with a quick perception check for the pair of you. Perception goes on. Nothing seems to be drastically good or bad occurs as you guys continue on. Seems to be a pretty quiet night. Nothing bad or good is too much to be done as you two sit by the outside near the fire to keep warm as you keep your eyes open, looking out into the darkness.
Talza seems to be, while they're doing their watch, working on something. She has string from the village and the 3 badger claws in her lap.
Tilts her head. You don't have to tell me what you're working on, but if you want to, that's fine.
They're kind of like mementos. I don't really know what else the claws could really be used for. So I figured, why not have something as a token for everything we've been through?
That does make sense, but if you need more thread, I have a few more.
Yeah, we could work on it together.
I won't be good at it, but I can try.
I have a question, if you don't mind.
What is it?
Why did you do that earlier to Archon?
Well, I want to know that if it could maybe be harnessed in another way. Because I know that a dragon breast can only be used once by a dragonborn, and thinking that maybe condensed sneezes could become multiple use. But I suppose that was a failure. I meant for only me to get in trouble, and not him. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not me who should be getting the apology.
I know. I just expected him to go for me and not him. I should have predicted that.
Can't always predict what people are going to do. But
I'm me though. I should know these things.
you're not all seeing.
I'm trying to be.
Well, I don't know if you're going to achieve all seeing.
I can try.
It's a worthy goal, I suppose.
I suppose, yes.
But couldn't you have just asked him exactly what happens instead of going through all of that?
Well, I think we did ask before. I don't remember exactly if we did or not, but we did. We were talking about it.
Well, I know you did ask in a way, but I mean, if you already knew the answer coming from the source, why?
Because willingly sneezing is different from forced. We suppose that something
Yes, but
sudden and unexpected would be maybe could trigger it, but
I mean, he said what would happen. Why did you want to see it?
I wanted to learn. And seeing is one part of learning.
I guess
I'm-
that's something I won't really understand in that way.
I'm willing to put myself in harm's way to learn something that even is the slightest bit interesting, because
So you have no fear at all, so long that you're knowledge seeking.
I do have fears. That is something I do have. But
It
fears
doesn't
can
seem it whenever you're going for something you want to learn.
because I fear different things. Different things I fear than doing that.
Such as your vision.
It doesn't frighten me. It concerns me, yes. I don't like not being able to see. It's not that much of a problem, I suppose, but what I fear is possibly just being seen as nothing, not knowing anything, being seen as just a speck in the universe. That's why I want to learn more. Learning more can help people. It can help me be prepared for things in combat. It can save lives. It can do these different things that... Knowledge is powerful. That's something that is true. And that's why I need to learn. So I know, like, different types of poisons and how to neutralize them, or different spells so I can cast them, or about people or cursed objects that I can protect people from. It's divination in its own way.
Alright. What is something you do fear? Beyond just a lack of knowledge, not being seen as, you know.
I fear fate. Something that is, of course, close to my deity, I suppose, which is kind of ironic in its sense, but being only allowed to do one thing only, and just that's it, is something I do not like. That's why I'm one of the very few people who believe that fate can be changed.
Well, you're not alone in that. I don't believe everything's set in stone either.
I hope not, because the future, well, what I believe is the future that I saw, is something that I don't want to see.
And how you make it sounds really horrific.
It was people, darkness, people were searching, just dying constantly. And there is a light, a soft, warm light. People gathered around it, worshipped it, prayed to it, thought it was their savior, but the light kept growing more and more, and soon enough it consumed everything. It hurt the people that worshipped it, that loved it. And I don't know what it may have been, but whatever it is, it's not really that good of a thing.
So, like a god that just appeared?
I don't know what it was. It was maybe a prophecy of the past, maybe the future, maybe what's going on right now. I don't know. And that's what I seek to find out.
Well, it's something to certainly keep in mind.
Yes, but I suppose that fate is also another thing that most people do fear, but something that's just me. I really don't like when people just assume that I'm crazy.
You're not crazy.
Everyone else kind of believes I am, and you know it.
I don't think they think you're crazy. I think they just don't understand your motives.
I have a hard time conveying what I'm thinking or what's going on in my mind.
You're not the only one.
Yes, but my language comes out as morbid and really not like how I asked if people wanted to eat Yeben. I wasn't specifically saying about him. I was saying what were people willing to do to live, and I said it in kind of a weird way that it caused people to think that I wanted to eat Yeben, even though I really don't.
Well, I'm sure if we're talking about something that Alivor said, he was teasing you.
Alivor has said many hurtful things, but I'm used to it by now, and
I wouldn't take it to heart.
I'm not. I've taken a lot of things to heart with what's been going on, I suppose, but just being stuck here in the wilderness of nothingness and cold, it's a hard thing not to dwell on.
It's dismantling.
I am used to it though, so I should be okay.
Well, you're not alone. Just know that.
What about you though? You seem to be the one that's able to heal better, and you are the one that's usually the moral person of all of us.
I mean, I never really expected to find myself here in this mountain, honestly.
I don't think any of us did.
Yeah. I feel really bad for Yevon.
Well, we're going to be down soon anyway, so it'll be okay. We can go back to whatever life we were living, or we can do this thing with the Empress, even though I'm very much iffy about it.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. I don't think we can just go home. We all ended up on the mountain for a reason, and if they are looking for us, they're likely to assume that we're gonna try and go home at some point. They might be watching our families.
I'm not sure about mine though, but what happened to me was quite a bit different from what happened to all of you. I'm sure that
to share.
Well, I was framed into coming here. Apparently, someone thought that doing a crime and looking like me in the process of it was a good idea.
What did they do?
I don't know the exact details of it, but they did it to a lord's family.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, even though of the high standing I am in, I still can't be deemed good for that. I don't even think they knew who my family was at the time. I don't even think they knew I was a noble. I think they just supposed I was just some commoner or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the lords don't really like the commoners all that much.
Yes. And through what you've been through in the Empire, I'd like to, even though it probably won't make you feel better or make anything better, but I'm sorry for how they treat you.
It's not me specifically, besides what happened to get me here, but they can be cruel.
They are cruel. My family is too, but in a different way. But just growing up with it, you just get used to it.
I've heard a few things before. Word gets around, your surname was familiar.
It usually is sometimes. Depends on where you're from and who you are. Some people don't even hear us in their lives, while others know us too personally.
Mm-hmm. Do you miss home at all?
I do, but I don't. I miss certain aspects of it, but others I don't long for. I don't hate either.
What do you miss the most?
My library, my study, where it had all the books, all the things that I collected over the years.
I come from mostly farmland, actually. One of the most beautiful things that is there is when it's sunset and you see the sun's rays just trickling through rows and rows of apple trees.
You might have to take me there one day.
I'd love to.
Since we are going to be traveling, I suppose. I did make that promise of some kind to Archon, so I suppose going there won't be a bad idea.
It's honestly a sight that everyone should see once in their life.
And knowing me, I must document this the best I can, so everyone can see. Because some knowledge isn't the most exciting, the most needed, but the knowledge of a beautiful place such as that is a good thing to have.
Yeah, it counts as memories.
And I hope to make lots.
That's a good thing. That's a goal I can get behind.
I think we all have our certain goals that kind of melt together in their own way.
I don't know.
From what I've been hearing, I think we just do a tour, you know, just go around the world, just take a nice like a world tour, you know. I suppose it wouldn't be too bad. Go around a few countries, possibly influence some politics here and there. Sounds like fun.
I've always wanted to see the Alvin lands. I have stories from my mother, but I've never actually been there.
I'm sure we can go.
I'm sure it'd be wonderful.
Just have to get
You
that out
said
of the
you've
Stone
been there,
Mountain.
right?
I've probably been to the Alvin lands, right?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, never mind. Nope.
Holy crap, you
No.
have never left the Empire. That is a guarantee.
Okay. You could have just said that. Okay. Yeah, no. I've read about them. I haven't been though personally.
I'm sure it'd be a sight for us all then.
Hmm.
What do you most look forward to?
What do I look forward to?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly just the end, I suppose, of whatever this might be. Just
Of
being
the mountain? Or...
of anything. Whether it's my life, the end of the universe.
Oh.
I know it sounds weird, but I get to have finished everything, well, I wanted, or at least I got to do, and I get to
So
reflect on it.
goals.
I achieved what I could, and that's okay. And I know people say that it's the journey and not the destination, but if you go to the destination, you can reflect on what the journey was and reminisce about it and enjoy what you've been through.
It should always be both. Because, I mean,
It is, but
at the end, yes, you do get to reflect. You also get to have that feeling of making it.
and taking a breath of relief and being like, I'm done. This is it. This is
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but not right now though. We still have some things to do. Is that it?
Alright, well, as you guys finish your little chat and have your times done, you guys finish your watch with an uneventful moment to wake up the last person for the watch. Avalon?
Yeah, why not?
Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself.
As
Actually,
Yevon is shoved awake with you.
Yeah.
So, you and Yevon are on your watch as you guys look out into the night sky, ready for gods know what to occur. They will begin this as we do with some perception checks.
will do. Mine with disadvantage, I imagine.
Yep, because you are in the dark.
Wolf bud.
Not a good rolling day for me, eh?
Oof. Well, you and Yevon, you and Yevon are just staring at each other. Completely ignoring the rest of the life as Yevon just kind of stares at you with a, like, look of expression, not sure what to take with you, and you're just kind of looking at him.
Okay, stop looking at me. I'm not gonna eat.
Oh, sorry. I just, I've had bad experience with big people before, and, I mean, I guess it was okay by the end, but...
Who isn't big to you?
Okay, that's a little hurtful, but fair. I mean, at least Odless isn't big to me, I suppose. So, what brings you up to the mountain?
I live here.
Oh.
Yep.
Really, huh. Is the rent good?
The rent is nothing.
Oh, that's nice. Kind of looks off into the distance.
As do I.
Do you have a summer home?
Yeah, this.
Oh. Kinda bleak for summer, don't you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, this brings up a good point. What month is it?
you guys are kind of like in the fall. Yeah. Huh, huh. That was pretty neat thing with your breath there. Can all of your kind do that?
Just kind of like at that, he kind of glances down at Yevon. Yep.
Wow, that must be really useful when you want to make snow cones and such.
It's better than that. I can freeze a piece of prey alive, keep it frozen for at least a day, depending on the weather.
Oh,
Pretty good for hunting.
well, it must be nice to keep your food fresh then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I might be a little ignorant of this, but, aren't you a hell of a long way from your home in Draconolis?
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not the most knowledgeable man in the world, but, I mean, it seems like a weird place to end up, but what made you think the Empire was a good place to come to?
He actually kind of hesitates, and I didn't.
Oh, kind of got shoved in here by force, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of know that feeling.
Hmm.
Kind of wish my
Not in the
parents
same
never
way,
left
though.
Flora Mount. Oh, sorry.
Not in the same way, though. Just where I ended up.
Yeah, fair enough. My parents left Flora Mount when I was a little kid to come here. They thought it'd be a good place to open a business and start stuff, but
Why the hell would they do that?
well, I mean, we weren't very wealthy back home, and I mean, the cobbling's kind of a trade. I mean, like my wife, her family came up here. They've been here for generations. The gnomes usually aren't too badly treated, but I mean, I don't know. Just
It's only because you do their service.
yeah, I guess you're right. Kind of made me wish we stayed back, but maybe if we make it out of here, I can take my wife and kid back to Flora Mount. It'd be safer there. Probably
Hope
we
so.
get enough money for a ship.
I hope you get back to your family.
Thanks. I hope kind of looks around at the bleak, frozen wasteland all around him. I hope you get your summer home fixed soon.
That works.
Just kind of looks back out into the forest like, so, I mean, you seem pretty tough. I mean, did you learn to fight from someone, or is that just like a natural thing?
Natural, mostly.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not actually that good at the fighting myself. I guess I got a couple lucky shots in with a pickaxe when we were down in those mines, but
Really?
yeah. But to tell you the truth, I had to use every bit of my willpower not to soil myself. I'm not used to this sort of life. I just want to make shoes. He looks down at your feet.
I don't have shoes.
I notice. He goes, I take it you don't wear them.
No. Not many cobblers make them for us.
Huh. You know, that's a
Let's
shame.
see,
You know,
unique.
the right type of shoes can really help with back support and, like, really correct posture.
I have myself.
I suppose. But, I mean, if you ever feel like you need a pair, I mean, I'd be more than happy to make you a pair.
I'll
Good
think
pair of
about it.
shoes. Yeah, could change a man's life.
Am I gonna be paying? He says, kind of like looking down at him.
Oh, no, it's on the house. I mean, friends and family discount, right?
Alright. Kind of looks back at the wasteland.
So, you got a family?
Nope.
Oh. Do you want one?
Again, he does kind of like mull over it for a second before. Nope.
Oh. Yeah, I guess they're not for everybody. Well,
Yeah.
I
If it
personally...
works for you, though, hang on to it.
Yeah, I will as soon as I get back. I mean, just hope they've been okay these last few months without me.
Hmm. You have a wife?
Yeah, and a sweet little boy.
Hmm. She's probably taking care of him then.
I hope so. We weren't exactly in the best of states when I got arrested.
Hmm.
But I'm sure they're tucking along fine.
Yeah. You gnomes are, crafty.
Oh, you're thinking of rock gnomes. They're very crafty. We forest gnomes are more of a nature type.
I got you.
The rock gnomes, they can craft anything. I mean, you ever seen a rock gnome clockwork bird before? Man, what an amazing sight.
Clockwork.
Yeah, they build these things with like gears and stuff, and then like wind it up, and it can fly. It's insane.
I've only seen glimpses of them a couple times.
Yeah, the rock gnomes are pretty crafty. I mean, they're kind of the head leaders in our country of Flora Mountain. The rock gnomes are kind of the upperclassmen, you could say.
Do they knock you around like the humans do here?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, they just tend to be the, I guess they're what you'd consider the upper crust, the richer sorts. Probably due to the fact that a lot of people want to buy their stuff all over the world. I mean, the dwarves are they get along really good with the dwarves.
Could imagine.
Yeah, you know, we the forest gnomes tend to get along with our elven neighbors a little better.
Hmm. You both like nature?
Yeah, that's a way to put it. Actually, you should hear some weird things about where we came from, I'll tell you that much.
Flora something?
Oh, Flora Mountain? Yeah, well, some people say that, like, you know, I mean, it's just a rumor, but one of our old legends say that, thousands upon thousands of years ago, gnomes weren't around.
Where the hell were they?
Well, apparently, and again, this is just, what some person was conjecturing, but, originally the Elven lands and the Dwarven lands were connected. And apparently, when the dwarves and the elves lived in the same land for a long enough time, well, their descendants became the gnomes. That's at least the theory is that's why you have rock gnomes and forest gnomes, is we take after the elven heritage while the rock gnomes take after the dwarven.
That makes more sense than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's an oddity. It's also why they say we live kind of like longer than dwarves, but shorter than elves. It's one of those theories, but there seems to be some validity to it. But I mean, that was back, like I said, that's back when elves and dwarves used to get along. That was a long time ago.
I'm sure Curie would like to know that.
Yeah, she probably would. Though, to be honest, I'm kind of scared of her at times.
She isn't gonna eat you.
Oh, yeah, I don't think she's gonna eat me anymore. But I have
And
a
what is
feeling
it?
if I told her I was half elf and half dwarf, or no, a dwarf and elf, she might want to cut me up to see if it was true.
You know, I can't say no to
Yeah, you know what, Mr. Urquhart? You're a really nice fella.
Am I? Kind of looks down at him again.
I think so. You seem to be chatting with me quite nicely.
Because you insist on talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just be quiet then.
Hmm.
And as you two wait as your night shift comes to an end, all of a sudden, you gather to wake the others up as the morning comes. Rise and shine, everybody.
I
Kinda let
try
him-
and sleep in.
Alias, wake up.
What? I rub my eyes.
Alias, wake up.
And wake.
Alias, I overheard Archon say he's going to throw you in the deep snow if you don't wake up.
What? Ow!
Akon, meanwhile, is just like standing not over him, but like across the cave, like watching him.
Due to the yell, Telephic stirs away.
Yeah, Kiori wakes up and just kind of moves over to us. Ostis. Whatever.
Otlius.
Otlius. I'm pretty bad at this, okay?
That's
I shoot a few gusts and be like, step back! As I like wake up thinking the Archon's gonna throw me in deep snow.
It's just me.
Oh, sorry.
No, I wanted to
What do you-
apologize. I
For what?
yesterday. I didn't mean to drag you into that. I didn't know that would happen, and I'm sorry.
Meet me outside, you guys.
It's
And
fine.
walks out.
Apology accepted.
It's not fine. I should have known that would happen.
I kind of look at Alvor, and then I look back at Kiori.
I just didn't expect that to happen. I thought he'd be mad at me and not you, and I didn't mean to drag you into it. I really didn't.
I was the one who made him sneeze. If anything, I should have known.
I'm sorry. Just wanna walk out.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell her. Like next to him.
if you think that's the way you should do it. It's your choice. Just remember, every choice bears a consequence.
You're saying that to an astrologer? Yeah, that's funny, Mr. Alvor. Gosh. Like, walk.
It's my mercenary wisdom, leave me alone.
Telephic just
Oh, I
kinda
like
rolled
your
her
best
eyes
friend,
and head
Vicky. I have
outside.
I have two now. Do you want me to write that one down?
It's your choice.
Ah, gods.
You're your own man, Otlius.
Okay.
If you feel that warranted you to write it down, then write it down.
Now I feel like you're doing the reverse psychologies.
Come on, do I look smart enough to do that?
Yes.
I smile.
Mm. I pretend to write it down, but I don't write it down.
There you go.
Yes, there I go.
Well,
What's
we
everyone
should,
doing?
should eat our breakfast and get going.
Nom nom
After
nom.
all,
Oh,
we still have, I believe 13, 12, maybe 11 days.
mm. After I write it down, I'm like,
11 days left on this mountain. That sounds about right.
You're
it's
not positive at this point, honestly, because you guys have been moving around in so many various directions and skirting. Somewhere between 11 to 20, depending on speeds of snow travel and routes taken.
well, we better get you guys as out of this mountain as possible, as soon as possible.
It'd be wonderful if we could find some sort of shortcut. Maybe a goat pass somewhere, but
I wouldn't count on it.
I
Not today.
am not counting on anything ever happening in our fortune like that. Anyway, so guess we'll blaze the trail and make our own fortune, huh?
That's true.
With that, Alivor eats his food while walking out.
Given that Kure was the second to leave, she actually probably catches Archon mid-yawn. And as he kind of like glances over his shoulder to see her, just kind of gives like a blink for a second and says, "We'll talk later." Okay.
Good talk.
Look at what's happening. Why did Archon want us out of here?
I think he's trying just to get us down the mountain.
Oh,
I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to do?
That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah? But what's the problem?
let's go! Walking. Again.
Yes, great. I'll keep an eye out for anything that could be like predators or like blah 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 things.
Yeah, if Shift and her and maybe a couple other people are looking out for food, I will keep an eye out for any pursuit.
I can look for food.
Seeing what Avalor is doing, I think Archon's gonna help him out. Kind of look as well.
I'm gonna be looking for berries again.
Okay, so roll. So we'll do the berries first. Roll me a nature check. Okay, yeah, you find about what appears to be 3 days worth of rations of berries as you look around and find some.
Yay.
I'll add that to Shift's tracking just for keeping it easy.
Thank you.
Oh, what was the other thing happening? Sorry.
Archon and I are keeping an eye out for any pursuers.
Okay, roll me perception checks as you guys are keeping an eye out for pursuers. Okay, you do not gather any pursuers as you guys are keeping an eye out as you guys are moving along with things, but Archon, your ears do, actually even Avalor, this isn't too hard to hear. You guys hear something in the distance. It sounds like a female voice screaming and sounds of gnarled growlings.
Just based on that perception check, wolves? Predators I know about?
Roll me a nature check to see if you would know what the growls could be.
Other
Oh.
Archons?
Nope.
Okay. Wow.
You know
That
the
was
growls.
a straight denial.
I don't imagine mine was good enough to do that.
No, you didn't get a good enough perception to make out any kind of specific details. You just heard the scream and various growls.
Sounds like someone ran into a pack of wolves. Did you hear that, Archon?
Yeah.
What's up?
We have predators up ahead. Looks like they're chewing on someone.
Oh. Whoa. You heard that?
Come on. And he just keeps walking forward. Toward the sound now.
Okay, as you guys approach the sound, as it gets closing, the sounds become more prevalent. You still hear the screaming and fleeing of footsteps. The voice now you can easily identify as female as you get closer.
I am sneaking, by the way.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Is anybody else sneaking?
I'm
I
gonna
will
sneak
also
too.
sneak.
Hey, I'm good at these.
I'm going to give myself a Channel Divinity
Yeah.
Okay,
so I can not suck.
I'm gonna give myself crying. Oh, wow. Okay.
As he's walking forward me. Doesn't hear footsteps anymore.
I kind of
glances
send-
back at
I
Back
sent
up.
my owl next to, just next to Archon to like,
seeing that
So
he
is-
kind of like glances back at you guys and kind of like, good idea. Spread out.
yeah,
Oh.
before you can get that off, guys, as you guys have taken your stealths to move forward, though,
Right?
Okay.
the footsteps approaching now at a rapid pace, followed by big lumbering footsteps. As you see this woman in kind of a white robe, robes and cloak, running forward at full sprinting speed and with terror in her eyes, as behind her you see 3 ginormous humanoid figures covered in fur with glowing eyes and massive body forms. As you see this woman running towards you, and these motherfuckers chasing her.
Wait, did we get a new party member?
Do I know what those motherfuckers are? I think I do. But,
Roll me a nature check this time with advantage since you see them. Because you're from the area, so I'll give you an advantage.
I am though. Ugh.
You know what they are. You don't know much about them. They're big humanoid furry creatures known as Yetis. Past that point, you just know they're vicious, mean killers.
Hmm.
oh no.
And at that
I
point,
spent
guys, as you see this woman running towards you, help! Someone help! As she's half-tented and going, you guys are hidden and hiding. Well, Shift is plainly in the open with his 6 stealth.
Could I actually put myself out there too? Because I made no attempt to sneak.
Oh, you didn't make it? Okay, yeah, so you're also
No.
up in the open. I thought you made a stealth
yeah.
check.
Nah.
As the pair of you are
I'm
running open,
coming.
she's running towards you in terror. As these vicious Yetis are going, that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Okay! We will pick this up next week.
Let's not.
Is
go
she
there.
the new party member? I don't think so, but she looks good now.
Hmm.